Hello, my name is Patrice Lawrence, and I'm the author of Splinters of Sunshine.
Hello, my name's Phil Earle, and I wrote When the Sky Falls. And we're delighted to be taking part in the Empathy Superpower Challenge, sharing our empathy resolutions.
It took me a while to think about what did I want to share with you, because like a lot of people, I sometimes think I'm kind and I care about people. So what would my empathy resolution be?
Mine comes from a really bad habit, and it comes from a good place, I think, in that I think it's as a result of trying to be overly empathetic, which is that when other people are talking, it's a bad habit I have of not letting them finish what they're saying, because sometimes it's like an impatience on my part to almost like to try and guess almost what they've said before they finished it. Do you know what I mean? So it makes me look especially interested, but it must be just incredibly blooming frustrating when somebody cuts you off. And actually it shows a complete lack of empathy rather than deep empathy, I think.
Have you always done that? Is it a recent thing?
I'll let you finish then as well. That's a win.
It was a short sentence.
I think I've become more aware of it as I get older. Like, I constantly worry about what other people think. Do you know what I mean? And so sometimes it's like overcompensating on that. So my empathy resolution is quite simply, don't talk until the other person has finished, in brackets, for once. And I will try, I promise. But tell us about yours, Patrice.
I was just thinking, actually, when you held up that poster, I almost physically held my lips shut in case I said something. And I kept thinking, do I do that? Do I do that? And this is my empathy resolution. I will try not to judge people by their behaviour. And I don't mean when people do really, really bad things, because I think sometimes, I probably will judge them. But I mean the everyday things. And I was just thinking about sometimes what it's like to be in school and to be in those sort of situations, or maybe you're like really hurting inside, or you're really frightened, and like the behaviour that you show is to protect yourself. So it's very different from that. So you might be a bit louder, you might be a bit crosser, you might be a bit grumpier, but inside you're kind of hurt. And people just see what's on the surface of you and just judge you by that. And I'm sure I've been that person before who sat in a bus and has been young people, and all they've been doing is talking loudly, and you're sort of quite judgmental about them. And I need to take a step back by that, because I think we certainly shouldn't judge young people by their behaviour, I think. So I need to sort of work on myself to think, actually, take a step back and think what's happening underneath.
Well, probably, for me, it's a real thing, that like a slight thing of living in fear of being judged as well. And if you are up against that every day, and especially if because who knows what people have got going on at home and stuff, if you're constantly up against that all the time, it's going to start affecting the way you present yourself outwardly, So
I think it's also a very big sort of issue for, I suppose, people who are considered as minoritized. It's been quite a difficult 2 years for people of colour. And I think something that I was always conscious of as a child and also as an adult is that if people won't necessarily judge me as an individual, if I do something that's seen as, wrong, people will actually just transfer that to all Black people. And is that, you're really conscious of not building on stereotypes, of not laughing too loudly or talking too loudly, and making sure you talk properly because as people judge you. And I think, young people from all different groups, so that's, working class young people, LGBTQI young people, they're still having to deal with those stereotypes. They're still having to hold so much inside them in case they're judged by it.
It's massive when you look at it in those terms. It's a huge thing. So those small steps of trying not to jump in and judge, I guess it's a good start, isn't it? So that's it from us. We have taken part in the Empathy Superpower Challenge, and we've shared our empathy resolutions.
So now it's your turn. So be part of the big share your resolutions. Don't forget to tag in Empathy Lab UK, #Empathy Day, and have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.